Estate beneficiaries and problems with siblings settling estate in California. That's our topic today. Let's get started right after this. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Kim Ward. I am a real estate broker and an expert at helping executors, administrators, and trustees with homes in probate or trust administration here in San Diego County. Today's topic is estate beneficiaries and problems with siblings settling estate in California. So why do siblings, estate beneficiaries, fight over settling estate? Why do siblings fight over things in general? I'm going to share with you the many reasons that siblings do get into an argument over the personal property and the real property, the home that's left for them in an estate. I'm also going to be sharing with you the steps to resolving family conflict. When a loved one passes away, one of the most difficult times for a family, what causes the problems of siblings settling estate? The number one that causes problems with siblings settling estate is what I like to call a scarcity mentality. People have all different ways of looking at the world, and some people look at it with scarcity and some with abundance. There are some basic reasons why inherited a house with sibling, and there are steps towards resolving family conflict. Let's look at the stuff that estate beneficiaries are arguing over. In many cases, the parents or the loved one's personal property was collected by that person based on who they are, what they love. Sometimes it's based on the parents or the loved one's work ethic, or maybe even their understanding of money, what I like to refer to as having a relationship with money. And now the family members, the executor, the administrator, the trustee, they all need to work together to pass on those items that were collected over your loved one's entire lifetime. The death of a parent is a very trying time for many siblings and can really tug on that sibling relationship, especially if it wasn't that strong to begin with. It can really become an issue because it not only creates a lot of emotional chaos, on each individual person's level of what they can deal with emotionally, it can also stir up feelings of tension amongst the siblings. Some siblings are suspicious of other siblings. All of a sudden, old grievances pop up and they feel fresh to the brothers and sisters. And they especially become a problem when some of the siblings are dealing with financial insecurity on their own. The variety of potential issues is endless. Many things can exacerbate the already trying situation of settling estate and distributing the inheritance. Different ideas of what the siblings have earned can create different expectations among the siblings. A common scenario is when one sibling does the lion's share of the care for that parent and assumes that they would be getting a larger inheritance than the rest of the siblings. Or sometimes one child received financial support by the parents when they were alive. Sometimes it could be a loan, an investment, or even a property situation. I, as my mother's trustee, I am fully aware that my mother wants my brother to have a home that he pretty much paid for. That's in my mother's name. And when she passes away, that is in her trust, and that's what's going to happen. It's his fair share. He paid for that home over many years, paying her rent. But there's a possibility that our other two siblings may question that. And that's why I made sure that my mother put that information into her trust. So there will be no question about it. When the time comes, my brother will become the owner of that home. To go back to that idea that the parents did some type of a financial support for one of the siblings, some of the other siblings may feel that that should be factored in to how the inheritance is split up. On another note, economic disparity can also cause conflict. There may be some siblings that seem to think certain assets should be divided differently based on their economic situation. For instance, a sibling that is more financially stable, that person, they may want to hold on to a particular asset, such as the family home or maybe an investment property that the parents owned. You know, they're doing that in hopes of a better payout down the road versus selling at the time or right around the time of the parents' passing. But there could be other siblings that have more of a financial need right now, and they want the properties to be sold because they want that immediate return on the gift that their parents left for them in the form of the funds to be able to help with their economic issues. Other common issues have to do with new spouses and perhaps step siblings and how they figure into the scenario. How dependent are they on the person who passed away? Sometimes there are siblings that have physical or mental issues that really need to have some type of a trust set up for them for their care now that the parent is gone. On occasion, there's an estrangement of a sibling from the parent, and most likely they will pop up as soon as they find out that the parent has passed. And there's also the ugly possibility that one of the children was the favorite of the parent, and they may have exerted undue influence on that parent, especially as the parent was becoming less capable of things and, you know, was aging and needed more care. All of these situations and too many others pit siblings against one another as they try to sort out who gets what. So communication is key. The answer to many of these situations is simply communication. So siblings should engage in honest communication with each other during these trying times. They should share their intentions and their expectations with each other around that inheritance. More to the point, these conversations should be on an ongoing basis. And the person that is in charge, the executor, the administrator, or the trustee, needs to lead these conversations and make sure that everybody knows what actions are being taken and what is the next best step. So what do you do when things are getting really shaky? These are your options. 1, you can use a mediator to solve the disputes. 2 is consider liquidating the assets. 3 is you decide to hire an independent fiduciary to handle the estate. I have a situation where 2 sisters just couldn't get along with each other, and they were both fighting to become the administrator of their mother's estate. And what happened after a lot of legal wrangling is that it was decided a fiduciary should manage the estate. So the fiduciary was put into place. The sisters were moved to the side, and the fiduciary, who gets paid for her actions to represent the estate, hired me to help to prepare, market, and sell the family home and to settle the estate and get the funds and all of the inheritance to the 2 sisters. So that's a really good option if things are really not going well and if no one in the family really wants to keep fighting with each other, is to get a fiduciary. And on occasion, a probate court will appoint a fiduciary when things get really to the point where no one's going to resolve the issue. Number 4 is to find fair ways to distribute the property. And I do have another video on this channel all about how families can go ahead and distribute and take turns picking different items, things like that. So you might want to look at that video next. And number 5 is to talk with an estate planning attorney to help work out the difficulties that are coming up amongst the family members. I hope you found this of value. If you did, go ahead and give me that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell button to be notified of my weekly videos. And if you'd like, put some questions or share your stories about family disputes down below. Thanks for watching. See you next time.